It was an idyllic summer weekend. My daughter and son-in-law and 16-month-old granddaughter, Hallie, had come to visit my husband and me at the lake house. I did everything I could to make the house perfect. I'm not quite sure why, but I felt as if I were auditioning for the part of grandma in a made-for-TV movie. The house was clean, the pack and play had fresh pink sheets, and there were educational toys everywhere. Good job, Grandma, I said to myself. No, great job. Then there were the meals. I took my cues from my daughter, lots of organic fruits and veggies, low fat, low carb. Not exactly the food she'd grown up with. In fact, she was raised in a very traditional Jewish home with abundant servings of brisket and potato latkes, deli and Chinese every Sunday night. And yes, we ate ice cream, real ice cream. I thought she was happy. I mean, she never once complained about my food, and she never had a weight problem. She was always a size 4, not even a tummy bulge. But I know it's a different world today. I understand that sometime in the past few years, my children must have read a big mysterious book that bans all foods that taste good. Potato chips? Fat. Cookies? No, no. Red meat? You must be kidding. Chocolate? Poison. French fries? We don't eat those. Okay, so lettuce and kale are not exactly my style, I admit. But I was ready to be compliant, at least for one blissful family weekend. So for 2 days, I obediently obeyed orders. I gave the baby only the healthiest of foods. For lunch, a few bits of turkey, a couple of boiled string beans, and a cut-up strawberry. For dinner, pretty much the same thing. Turkey bits, beans, and berries. But on the 3rd day, I caved. Watching my precious angel forced to eat these prison rations. It was more than a Jewish woman could bear. So here's how it happened. I put the healthy food on Hallie's tray, but when my daughter walked out of the room for a minute, I took matters into my own hands. I sneaked into the pantry. I quietly opened the bag of cheese doodles, and I placed one, just one, cheese doodle on Hallie's tray. She eyed the doodle with interest. She picked it up, put it to her mouth, slowly bit into it, and then broke into a huge smile. She said. She was just about to take another bite when my daughter re-entered the room. Bam, caught in the act. Mom, what are you doing? She glared at me. Is that a cheese doodle? Did you give Hallie a cheese doodle? Mom, why do you take such pleasure in giving her junk food? It all happened so quickly, I didn't have time to prepare a defense. Cheese doodles aren't junk, I lamely replied. They're cheese. It's a health food. Well, I lost that argument. I'm no dummy, and I understand that cheese doodles are not really a health food. I wish I could rewind the tape and replay that moment. Believe me, I would. Would I give my granddaughter another cheese doodle? Yes, without question. Just to see the sheer look of joy on her face when she put that delicious, crunchy bit of cheese in her mouth. But next time, when my daughter asks me why I get so much pleasure out of giving her junk food, I would look her in the eye and tell her, because that's what grandmothers do. We get pleasure out of feeding our grandchildren. From Israel to Italy, India to Ireland, grandmas want to see the grandchildren eat. And that's why we spend hours in the kitchen making the briskets and the corned beef, the chicken soup and the pasta sauce. Feeding my family, it's in my job description, just like reading stories and singing lullabies. It's how we show love, grandma love. I've learned something since the cheese doodle fiasco. I've learned that my daughter is in charge of her children. I'm allowed to love her kids, but I don't get to give too many opinions. I'm the grandmother, not the mother. It's different, and I get that now. So I try to abide by my daughter's wishes and give her kids healthy food. And I've never given Hallie another cheese doodle, at least when my daughter was looking. My friend Nancy, who's a fellow grandma, gave me a baby bib with some wise words printed in big red letters. It says, "What happens at grandma's house stays at grandma's house." And you know what? It's a very good way to live.